In this tutorial, I am going to discuss a LeetCode problem known as counting elements. So this is the LeetCode D7 challenge problem, and the problem statement is given an integer array. We have to count element x such that x plus 1 is also in array. So we have to pick each element of an array, add 1 to it, and then we have to check whether this new element is present in an array or not, and if there are duplicates in array, count them separately. So let's understand this problem statement through an example. So in the first input array, the output is 2, and how it is? So let's take first element 1 and let's add 1 to it. So it is 2, and is 2 exist in this array? Yes. So let's increment the count to 1. Then take second element 2 and add 1 to it. Is 3 exist in this array? Yes. So increment the count, and now it is 2. Then the last element 3 and add 1 to it. 4. Is 4 exist in this array? No. So we don't increment the count in this case. So the output is 2. So let's see the second example. In the second example, so the first element is 1, and if I add 1 to it, 2. So is 2 exist in this array? No. Similarly, the next element is 1 and the next element is 3, and let's add 1 to it. It is 4. Is 4 exist in this array? No. Similar case with 5. 6 does not exist in this array, and then we pick 7 plus 1, which is 8. 8 also does not exist in this array. So the output is 0. Now let's take the third example. In the third example, the first element is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 exists in this array. Now the next element is 3. So 3 plus 1, 4. 4 does not exist in this array. So we don't increment the count. So till this point, the count is 1. Then the next element is 2. Let's add 1 to it. 3. Is 3 exist in this array? Yes. Now the count incremented to 2. Now the next element is 3. Let's add 1 to it. 4 exist in this array? No. Similarly, 5. Add 1 to it. It is 6. And 6 exist in this array? No. And then the last element is 0. Let's add 1 to it. And is 1 exist in this array? Yes. So now the final count is 3. So 3 is the output. And now let's see the fourth example. In the fourth example, the first element is 1. So let's add 1 to it. And is 2 exist in this array? Yes. So count as 1. The next element is 1, and again we add 1 to it, and see 2 exist in this array? Yes. So count as 2. And now the next two elements are 2, and if I add 1 to it and see and check whether 3 exist in this array, so 3 does not exist in this array. So the final output is 2. And what if the elements are 1, 1, 2? So in this case, what's the output? So the output is 2. Why? So we take 1 and add 1 to it, and then we see whether 2 exists in this array. Yes. Again we have to check. We pick another element 1 and add 1 to it, which is 2. Is 2 exist in this array? Yes. So the output is 2. So now this is the last line. If there are duplicates in array, count them separately. So now I hope you understand the problem statement, and now let's discuss how we can solve this problem. To solve this problem, what we have to do is we have to iterate this array, and we have to pick one element at a time. And then what we have to do is, let's say I pick this element 1, then I need to add 1 to it, and after that I have to check whether this new element, so let's say the new element I get is 2, so whether this new element exists in this array or not. So we have to do this lookup for every element. Now I have done this lookup for first element, then I have to do for second, third, and fourth. So I have to do this lookup for every element of an array. So it's important to put the array element in some data structures so that we can do this lookup in constant time. So that's why I am using set here. So the property of set is it does not contain any duplicate, and the lookup time in set is O1. So now suppose if I put this input array in a set, so in set only 2 elements will be added. So this one is rejected and this 2 is rejected as it's the duplicate element. So set only contains the unique element. And then the next step is to traverse this array, add 1 to it, and check whether the new element exists in this array. So let's start from the beginning. 1, and when we add 1 to it, then here I am checking if the set contains the new element 2. So if it contains, it means it's present in an array. So let's increment its count. So let's increment its count. Then the next element is 1 again. When we add 1 to it, it's 2, and 2 is present in a set. So let's increment it to 2. Then for next element, when we add 1 to it, it's 3. So is 3 exist in this array, in this set? No. So it means 3 does not exist in this array. So let's skip the increment of counter. I mean this condition in which we increment this count. So this condition is skipped. So we won't increase the counter in that case. And similar case with the last element. And after that we came out of this loop and we return the value of count, which is 2. So now let's talk about its time and space complexity. So time complexity is O(n) as we are traversing this array, and its space complexity is also O(n). So we are using extra space by using set data structure. So now let's see the main method. In main method, I have constructed this array and I'm calling this method count elements. And if I run this code, let's run this code and see the output is 2. So that's it for this video tutorial. And for more such programming videos tutorial, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. You can visit our website, which is https://webrewrite.com. And also please don't forget to like this video. Thanks for watching this video.